Book of Heaven, Volume 5. 19th to the 24th of March 1903. Page 3 to 5. March 19, 1903. True love is that of one who, in suffering for God, wants to suffer more. This morning I saw the confessor all humiliated, and also blessed Jesus and Saint Joseph, who said to him, "Get down to work, for the Lord is ready to give you the grace you want." After this, on seeing my dear Jesus suffering as in the course of his passion, I said to him, "Lord, did you not feel tiredness and suffering so many different pains?" And he, "No, on the contrary, one suffering would ignite the heart more to suffer another one." These are the ways of divine suffering. Not only this, but in suffering and operating, it looks at nothing but the fruit it receives from it. In my wounds and in my blood I saw nations saved and the good that creatures would receive, and my heart, instead of feeling tiredness, felt joy and ardent desire to suffer more. So, this is the sign that what one suffers is participation in my pains, that there is suffering united with joy to suffer more, that in operating, one operates for me, that one does not look at what he does, but at the glory he gives to God, and at the fruit he receives. March 20, 1903. Jesus and Saint Joseph console Father in his difficulties. As I was outside of myself, I saw Father all in difficulty with regard to the grace he wants, and once again, blessed Jesus with Saint Joseph were saying to him, "If you get down to work, all your difficulties will disappear, and will fall off like fish scales." March 23, 1903. If a love is holy, it forms the life of sanctification. If it is perverted, the life of damnation. As I was in my usual state, after much struggling, for just a little I saw my adorable Jesus in my arms, and a light coming out of his forehead. Within this light these words were written: "Love is everything for God and for man. If love ceased, life would cease." However, there are two species of love. One, spiritual and divine, the other, corporal and disordered. There is great difference between these two loves in intensity, multiplicity, diversity. One could say that there is almost the difference which exists between the thinking of the mind and the operating of the hands. In a very short time the mind can think of 100 things, while the hands can only perform one work. God is the Creator, and if He creates the creatures, it is love alone that makes Him create. If He keeps all of His attributes in continuous attitude toward creatures, it is love that pushes Him to this, and His very attributes receive life from love. The same for a disordered love, like the love of riches, of pleasures and of many other things. These are not the things that form the life of man, but if he feel love for these things, not only do they come to form his life, but he reaches the point of making of them his own idol. So, if a love is holy, it forms the life of sanctification. If it is perverted, it forms the life of damnation. March 24, 1903. Though being nothing, one can be everything while being with Jesus. This morning, after I had gone through most bitter days, blessed Jesus came and spent time with me intimately, so much so, that I thought I would possess him forever. But all of a sudden, he disappeared like a flash. Who can say my pain? I felt I was going insane. More so, since I was almost sure that I was not going to lose him anymore. Now, while I was being consumed with pains, he came back like a flash, and with sonorous and serious voice he told me, "Who are you to expect to be always with me?" And I, insane as I was, all daring, answered, "I am everything while being with you. I feel I am nothing but a will come out of the womb of my Creator, and as long as this will is united with you, it feels life, existence, peace, all of its good. Without you I feel it without life, I feel I am being destroyed, I feel dispersed, restless. I can say I experience all evils, and in order to have life, and so that I may not be dispersed, this will that came out from you looks for your womb, your center, and there it wants to remain forever." Jesus seemed to be all moved, but then he repeated again, "But who are you?" And I, "Lord, I am nothing but a drop of water, and as long as this drop of water is in your sea, it seems to it that it is the whole sea. If it does not go out of the sea, it remains clean and clear, in such a way as to be able to stand the comparison with other waters. But if it goes out of the sea, it will become muddy, and because of its littleness, it will be dispersed. All moved, he bent down toward me, and embracing me, told me, "My daughter, one who wants to be always in my will keeps my very person within himself, and even if he can go out of my will since I created him free in his will, my power operates a prodigy by administering to him, continuously, the participation in divine life. Because of this participation he receives, he feels such strength and attraction of union with my divine will, that even if he wanted to go out of it, he could not do it. This is the continuous virtue that comes out of me toward one who always does my will about which I spoke to you the other day.